You have a dog now, or maybe you've thought about having one. But go back 40,000 years, and that dog was once a wolf, a creature that hunted the same game as you, faster, stronger, and completely indifferent to whether you survived the night. So, how did we come to this? How did a creature built to outpace us become the one curled at our beat? The answer is a strange chapter in human history, and it gave us more than just a friend. It gave us a chance. It gave us survival. It gave us civilization. In fact, it may have given us everything. 40,000 years ago, this was not our world, not by a long shot. Forget paintings on cave walls. Forget stories by the fire. Think about the night. No shelter worth noting, no electric lights, no alarms, just darkness and everything in it that wanted to consume you. Cave lions, hyenas, massive bears, faster, stronger, built for the Ice Age, and we were just small primates with a spear and poor night vision, trying to sleep in a world that saw us as food. And we were not alone. Another human species walked this land, Neanderthals. They were here for 200,000 years before us. They were no savages. They used fire, they crafted tools, they buried their dead. They were built for cold, with stronger bones, wider shoulders, everything that should have let them outlast us. And yet they are gone. Every single one. We are here. And the reason, the real reason, began with a wolf making a choice we never asked for. No one sat down and schemed to tame a predator. It was simpler. Wolves were opportunistic, humans were observant. Some wolves, the ones with a softer fear response, drifted toward human camps, just existing, not attacking, eating scraps. Those wolves thrived, had more pups, and gradually, generation after generation, something new emerged. No longer a wolf that simply tolerated us, but a creature built to walk by our side. Here's the part most people miss. Dogs were domesticated more than 10,000 years before any other animal, before goats, cows, or farming. It wasn't a luxury of settled life. It was born in the harshest age humans faced. Ice age conditions, apex predators, prey that could kill you as easily as you killed them. Dogs didn't come about because life got easier. They arose because life was as hard as it ever got, and something had to shift. Most people stop at the basics, guarding, hunting help, but it was far bigger. Researchers uncovered massive mammoth kill sites in Europe, dozens, even over 100 mammoths, human dwellings built from their bones, repeating over thousands of years. A mammoth is 4 tons of muscle. A lone human stands no chance. But a group of humans and large dogs, working together, created a strategy. Dogs tracked prey, cornered it, gave humans a chance to coordinate the hunt. Both species played their part, and together they survived. That timing matched exactly. But go back 40,000 years, and that dog was once a wolf. That wolf hunted the same prey you did, and it was far better at it than you. It didn't care whether you survived the night. So, how did we arrive here? How did a creature built to outmatch us end up curled at the end of our bed? The answer is one of the most curious chapters in human history. And it gave us more than a friend, it gave us a lifeline. It gave us a foundation for civilization. It might have given us everything. 40,000 years ago, this was not our world, not even close. Forget cave art or fire tales. Think of the night. No walls, no lights, no alarm, just darkness and everything in it that wanted to hunt you. Saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, bears as big as horses. Every one of them faster, stronger, better built for that icy era than any human. You were just a small primate with a spear trying to sleep in a place that saw you as prey. But you weren't alone. There was another human here, the Neanderthals, who had been in Europe for 200,000 years before us. They weren't primitive. They used fire, tools, and buried their dead. They had stronger bodies built for the cold. Everything on paper said they should outlast us. And yet they're gone, and we are here. The reason began with a wolf that chose something we never asked for. It wasn't a plan, it was chance. Some wolves, the ones less afraid, began lingering near human camps, just existing, eating scraps. Those wolves lived longer, had more pups, and over 10,000 years they became something new. Something not planned, but shaped by a slow partnership with us. Here's what surprises most people. Dogs were domesticated more than 10,000 years before any other animal, before goats, cows, even farming. The dog alliance wasn't a luxury, it was born in the harshest conditions humans ever knew. An ice age, facing apex predators, prey that could kill you just as easily. Dogs were domesticated when life was easy, it was when life was hardest. And that's where most people stop thinking. Guard dogs, hunting help, but it was so much more. Researchers found massive mammoth kill sites in Europe, sites with dozens, sometimes hundreds of mammoths, human shelters built from their bones. Humans with spears had no chance alone, but humans with dogs did. The dogs tracked the prey, held it in place, while hunters moved in. Both species combined strengths, and that timing lines up almost perfectly with when dogs arrived. More kills meant more food, stronger families, more children surviving. Dogs didn't just help us hunt, they changed survival itself. But it was also about the night. A predator with dogs never sneaks up quietly. The humans wake up ready, and that predator never wins. Without night vision, humans were vulnerable. The dogs sensed danger, patrolled, kept the dark from being a death sentence. After 10,000 nights, that small edge became everything. Two groups of humans in the same landscape, facing the same dangers, sleeping through the same threats. One group woke up each morning slightly better fed, slightly safer, slightly more likely to survive. The other group didn't. That gap, seemingly small, grew over centuries. Over a millennium, it was everything. Neanderthals never domesticated a single animal. They faced the Ice Age with only tools, fire, and knowledge. We arrived with a partnership, an alliance with a predator. It doubled our reach, tripled our chances, and kept us safe when our senses were weakest. Neanderthals were bigger, stronger, and had been there longer, but we had a partner, and they didn't. And 10,000 years later, Neanderthals were gone, and we remained. Every animal we later domesticated gave us something physical. The goat gave milk, the cow gave strength, the horse gave speed. But the dog gave us something no other animal did. It rewired itself to understand us. Point to something and your dog knows what you mean, not your finger, but the thing itself. A chimpanzee, our closest genetic relative, only sees your finger. Dogs grasp a gesture instinctively as pups. Their brains evolved to read us. Our tone, even our emotion. Studies show dogs respond to fear chemicals in us before we even know we feel them. For an ancient human, that wasn't just a trick, that was an early warning system, a protector sleeping inches away. And then there's what no other animal does. When a dog looks into your eyes, you both release oxytocin, the bonding hormone that links parent to child. Wolves raised with humans never produced this. This was unique to dogs, evolved just to bind us. Ancient graves show dogs buried with humans, collars on them, grieved like family. These were not just tools, they were loved. 15,000 years ago, people mourned them like kin. That tells you everything. This bond was there before farming, before cities, before writing. It was there when we had nothing. Just a small primate, a spear, and a world that hadn't yet decided we deserved to survive. And yet it stayed. 40,000 years later, its descendants sleep at your feet. And if you think that's just a nice tale, you're missing the real one. Without that wolf, we might never have spread. We might never have built civilization. Everything you know is downstream of that wolf, making a different decision one night. And so, every step we take in this world, every wall we build, every road we lay, it all rests on that ancient decision, on a wolf that chose a different path. Without that bond, we might have remained small, isolated, at the mercy of every shadow in the dark. Instead, we grew, we spread, and we built. The dog didn't just stand by us, it gave us a new way to see danger, a new way to survive, a new way to trust one another. And now, when you rest your hand on your dog's head, you're touching a partnership that reshaped human fate. That is the truth behind every wagging tail, every trusting glance. Without that wolf, none of this world we know would be the same. And perhaps even today, that silent ancient alliance is still carrying us forward, one step, one night, one dream at a time.